So I wanted to come here a little bit and talk about your frustrated moments. I just got out of one, and it's not a pathology. It's nothing wrong, and that's the first thing to clear up. Anytime you're frustrated or going through any type of feeling that you don't enjoy, is to not look at it as wrong, but to look at it as appropriate and go look for what is creating it. And sometimes that's a belief system, a pattern, a relationship, something that you haven't handled, or it could be so many different things. So in order to know the medicine of what you're needing, you actually have to really get in there and know you, to identify what you need to change, to identify what you need to address, to identify where you need movement. And so that's the thing I wanted to bring here today. When your body is talking, it's asking you to do something. It's not asking you to think about something. And usually we go straight to the mind and are frustrated with our thoughts and try to fight our thoughts or meditate or release or let go, and it's not ever going to be the solution that the body is asking. The body speaks through action, and it's asking you to change. So maybe it is asking you to do something instead of just sitting there and thinking, but very rarely is the body asking you to do something that is just going to be you sitting there and employing the faculties of the mind. And it's a very, very slippery slope when you put so much pressure on the mind and you end up spending so much time in the mind where you're not actually physically doing something. The body is a doing thing. It likes action, it speaks inputs, and it actually can sometimes create more frustration if you do not speak to it in the language that it prefers, which is not thinking, it is doing. Doing the thing that's going to be the cause to the effect. The effect is going to be how you feel. So change is in you being the cause, not you just thinking it. So thoughts have their place. If you've worked with me, you know exactly where that fits in. But very rarely is that what the body is wanting you to fiddle with. It's wanting you to do something in life, right, that will often require a different level of thinking, a different level of believing, a different level of action to facilitate what it's asking you to do. And that naturally takes care of some of these chronic stagnating points within the thinking system. So I would encourage you here, if you're here right now, still listening to this, if you get into a frustrated spot, quit thinking about your thinking and go do something. And one of my most favorite things to do is the thing that you feel like you neglected yesterday, or the thing that you judge yourself so harshly for yesterday, make sure you put it in today. And when you're massively frustrated or not understanding or having that, friction in your conversation with your body, go do those things that for sure created static or friction or negative emotion in you because of how you thought about it. Instead of going after the thinking about it, change your actions, and those actions will demand a different level of thinking. And so it's just a different way to go about this in a very cerebral, heavy world that we're in. Try it out and see where you can start putting this in place of some of this just incessant thinking about thinking about trying to change thinking and wondering why you're not changing how you actually feel.